in the boardroom, here on the buzz. Like we have a lot of information that we want to get out to the community so that you can get involved if you choose to. This is not designed to shame anybody. So we want to also say that because we do mention a lot, like, show up, especially Joe.
I'm not making fun of the clothing. I'm making fun of the way it went down. So we had a mother come in one night, and I guess her daughter had been told, what are they called? Yoga pants? Yoga pants are not proper attire for, just walking around during the day on campus. It's actually the dress code. So mom comes in with yoga pants and a halter top or tube top, not a halter top, and comes up to the podium and lets us have it. We can't tell her daughter how to dress. That's her daughter. She'll decide what's right, what's wrong, the whole 9 yards. And she doesn't wait for comment, right? It was one of those, and she walked out of the room. Okay, well, that's great. Did you read the handbook that everybody kind of gets at the beginning of the year? And I know it's a stack of paper 2.5 inches thick, but there's rules in there. So what you wear, what you can't wear, that kind of stuff. And you just sit there and say to yourself, my God, this is the first you've heard of it?
Wait, why can we wear pajamas but not yoga pants?
Pajamas aren't as tight fitting. How's that for being
Oh, got it. What? Okay, all right. What about leggings?
What the heck? Leggings?
Leggings are like yoga pants, but they go to your ankle, like fitted.
I don't know. I don't even know what those look like.
Okay, well,
I'm going back to the 80s and thinking you're talking about the stuff that goes from your knees to your ankles.
Those are leg warmers.
Okay.
Dated. You've just been dated. Okay.
We had bell bottoms. I don't know about all this other stuff.
Well, listen, I think that, yes, as a parent, you get to decide what your child does and doesn't wear at home, what they do and don't wear out and about because they're your child, and you guys make those decisions together. If they go to school and the school has a dress code, we have an obligation to follow the dress code, just like we have an obligation to follow the cell phone policy, whether we like it or not. We have an obligation to follow all these things.
What about uniforms?
So in Chile, uniforms are mandatory in all schools. Right. And I used to think that was so dumb. And I was so happy when I came back to the United States because I thought I wasn't going to have to wear uniforms. And now as a parent, I'm like, man, I wish we had uniforms. I wish we had uniforms because really then the biggest issue you have is like if the women have skirts, you have, they might be too short. You know what I mean? So like you have those kinds of rules. But then everyone wears the same thing every day. Nobody's worried about wearing the latest stuff, the trendiest stuff.
But you know what? Yeah, it's exactly. But what stops when you do the research for other schools across the country to do it, what stops is exactly what you just said. You don't have this class of my mom can afford these, but my mom can't, or my family can't. Everybody is exactly on the same playing field at that point in time.
Yeah, and then you don't have a bunch of kids who can't afford stuff, feeling bad all the time, or paying for stuff that they really can't afford, or parents that feel like they have to pay for stuff that they can't afford so that the kids can feel comfortable among their friends. Yeah. That's a whole nother discussion because kids should not feel like they have that kind of pressure. But we have to go on a break. I feel like it goes by so fast.
Throwing stuff at me. Okay, so you're watching the Daily Buzz. I'm Joe.
I'm Martha. We'll be right back.